Hey guys, now real quickly what I want to do in this video is basically cover how to go through the documentation. Now both sets of documentation are just completely generated, so no real manual input here, but I'm going to explain the two versions. So this was my original, and this is what I wrote a little C# program that basically parsed through all the headers and spat out this output. So as you can see, I mean, it's clean enough to read and follow along and figure out like, okay, cycle fire mode is inside the FPS template firearm section of the firearm class. Not that difficult, but it's not very clean to go through and read. So the new documentation is a lot cleaner and was generated through this guy's plugin. So if you're interested in doing something similar, I highly recommend it. It works extremely well and it was simple enough for an idiot like me to get it pushed to Heroku. Now, continuing on, how you make your way through this is you kind of figure out what you are interested in. So, for example, let's say I'm interested in something that I think is related to the character component. So I can go to the character component and I can scroll on through and say, okay, this init function here looks interesting. Let's see what it does. It sounds important. So we open that up. You can see the description here. So this function is required to be called by any character it is applied to, as it handles everything. And then you can see the parameters and what they're for, or basically what you pass them in for. So the camera component, you plug in your camera here, auto attach. If this is true, it'll auto attach the camera to the set socket in the character component settings. And then for the first person mesh, if you are doing a true first person, then plug it in your full body mesh here. Otherwise, just plug your arms in there. And then for the third person mesh, this is for your full body mesh. So for true first person, you would plug it into first person and the third person mesh. And that goes for really anything. So starting out, you have all your classes. You can go to one of those classes, and then inside of there, you have all of the functions that you can call and use on them. So that's kind of how you can get a gist of overview, or how you can kind of make your way through it. This will get periodically updated with each version, as well as I'm still going through and adding comments and stuff like that. So all of the end result stuff, like this init function, for example, with a description and what all the parameters do and all that kind of stuff will actually be filled out, so you can easily see what they do. So that's just going to take some time on my end to go through and do that for every single thing I feel needs it. But anyways, that's going to wrap up this video. Hopefully that was kind of helpful. And as always, all this stuff will be linked in the description below.